What is going on, everyone? Tactical here. We are back with another tutorial for EmergeNYC. This one is going to be for engine company operations, kind of the basics of it, a little bit advanced here and there. But we got engine 32 here. First thing we're going to cover is hooking up to a hydrant. So you're going to have two ways you can actually hook up to the hydrant. You go to the front here, and you have a supply line there. And if you go to the side here, there's also another supply line. So we'll use the front one for now. You're going to go up to it and you're going to see it come up with grab return supply line. That's going to be the T key to pull that out. You're going to want to go up to your hydrant. Sometimes you got to kind of click it a couple times to make sure it's on there. But it's going to be the E key to connect it. Just like that. Once it is connected, we're going to want to grab our hydrant wrench, which is typically in the driver's rear cabinet here. Hit Alt to bring up your cursor and then right click to open it. And you're going to hit G to actually grab the hydrant wrench out of there. Once we get over to the hydrant, you're going to see the command prompt for P, which will open or close the hydrant. So we'll go ahead and open that up, and you'll see the line actually charge. So you should see the water actually going into the hydrant now. Normally it'd show on here that it's green, but for some reason it's not. So let us try and actually grab the other supply line and see if that'll work. So we're going to run back over here, press T. We're going to go to the side supply line here. It's also going to be T. And we're going to try this one out. Be the same thing. Hit E. Open the hydrant. You should see the line bulk up there and charge. And we have water. There we go. So I highly suggest putting your hydrant wrench back by pressing the X key in that same compartment that you got it from. Otherwise you're going to lose it forever and you're going to be upset with yourself. So we are going to go into hoses next. If you go to the front here, you'll see that you have a quick attack line. If you press the Q key, that'll grab that. That has a nozzle on it already, and when you grab that, you will have to press P to actually charge the quick attack line, which you see right there. And if we run to the side here, we have hose packs that can be used for standpipes and structures. They're kind of buggy right now though, so I don't really ever use them, so I just kind of let those sit there. If we go to the back here, you're going to see if we hit T, we can pull attack lines. I believe there's 7 or 8 lengths of line that you can actually pull off the truck. And then if you hit R, that is going to pull the relay line. So we'll start by pulling some attack line. And you'll see as we run off, it'll actually pull off a length of hose. You'll see the coupling right there. We'll go ahead and pull off one more. And there you go. You see the other coupling fall. So we'll come back this way. And we're going to hit E again right here. And that'll drop our line. If you go up to any of the couplings, it's going to disconnect at that point and grab the end of the hose for you. So we'll go ahead and go over here. And we're going to come over to the pump side where the discharge is and press E, and you will see the discharge connection for an attack line change to green, which means you do have an attack line set up now. Next thing you're going to want to do is bring up your cursor again, right click on here, and this is where your hydrant will not your hydrant, but your nozzle will typically be kept. And that'll go into your hands, and if you press E on the very end of the hose that you have hooked up, it will connect the hose to your nozzle. And if we go over here and we press P, it's going to actually charge the line, and then left click is going to be to discharge water. Right click kind of gets it a little more of a control. I highly suggest holding left and right click at the same time when you're flowing water, especially when you're in first person, because if you're not holding right click, it's going to be doing this and it's not very fun. So we'll go ahead and turn that pump back off, and we will drop this line, and we're going to put our nozzle back in here by pressing X. Now we're going to go around a little bit, and actually before we do that, let's actually go to relay lines. So a relay line is going to be for if you have another engine that you're trying to supply that's maybe too far away from a hydrant, or if you want to supply a ladder truck, such as Tower Ladder 68 that has a master stream at the top of it. which we'll go into that for our ladder company operations video. But we'll pull 2 lengths of relay here, and then we're going to go over here to this intake hookup here, and we're going to press E, and that will connect to the ladder. You're going to come back over just like before, disconnect one of these, and then you're going to want to go on this side to actually discharge water into there. I believe you can put it over here, or you can put it, I want to say, in the back here in this hose connection. Don't quote me on that. I had to play around with it on different engines, so it might be different for different ones. But that is going to be how you relay water. Let's try and turn the pump on here real quick. Make sure... Yeah, so on this engine, this line actually works. You can see that the line charged up, and that would be supplying water to the master stream that is up on the bucket there. So we will go ahead and turn that back off. Alright, next we're going to go into all the tools that are on this engine and on most engines. We already looked at the nozzle, we looked at the hydrant wrench, and the hoses. On the back here is a water can that you can grab off for smaller trash fires, bin fires, etc. You put it back in that spot with X. If we go around here, there's going to be different compartments on the engine, so these top ones are actually going to be E to open and close. Those have some medical supplies that aren't usable right now, and this one, don't grab that, drop that. This one is going to have, okay, we're just going to carry this hose around. This one's going to have your axe and Halligan. Down here is going to be more stuff that is just kind of cosmetic right now, and the same with this compartment. So we can grab out of here our Halligan. I know it shows the axe and Halligan, but currently right now all you can grab is the Halligan. And with this we can actually forcibly enter into doors if they are not unlocked. If you walk up to a door, you can hit the left click key and he will attempt to get a purchase point in there. Once he does, you can sit there, keep clicking it, and he'll keep trying to force it open, and eventually the door will pop open. So that's a pretty simple technique there for forcible entry. We'll go into that a little bit more for the ladder company video. So we'll go back over here and put our Halligan back and close this up. And let's close these other doors. Maybe can't close that one right now. Alright. So the next thing we're going to go into is the ladders. Actually, I think most engines are going to have ladders. So as you can see up here, there is ladders at the very top. If you right click on it, it will lower it down. You press T to actually grab the portable ladder. This looks like it's maybe like a 20-foot. The ladder trucks are going to have, I believe, 3 different ladders that you can actually use. Once you know where you want to put the ladder, go up to that area and you're going to hold down the right mouse button and you're going to press F and it'll place it down, and then Q will actually extend the ladder and then E will bring it down. Once you have it extended as high as you want, you press F again. It's going to drop it, and that was really short, but it's going to go into place of wherever you want it. And then the C key is going to be how you climb that ladder. And you want to make sure that you actually have, don't do it like this, you want the ladder actually to have probably a good maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet above, so you can actually climb back on the ladder from the top. And to pick the ladder up again once it's been deployed, you're going to hit T, it'll re-shoulder the ladder. You can come back over here, press T again to put it back, and then we can press, maybe we can press right click to raise this back up. There we go. And that is it for the ladders. For the engines, it's pretty basic. They only have the one on there, but it can be useful if you need a window, get onto a short garage, something like that. So the next thing we will look at is the scene lights. It's pretty simple. Oh, these are on the other side. If you come over to this side, you see that you have some scene lights over here. You see that you can press L to turn them on. To control the direction, it's going to be the arrow keys. and you can turn the scene lights where you please. This helps a lot, especially for kind of like around this time when it's a little darker out. You can actually turn these lights on and have them wherever you want them to be facing. And next thing we'll go into is the monitors. So you're going to have two different monitors here. If you go over on this side, you'll see that we have a deck gun. If you press F, you will get onto the top here, and it's going to be the same as the scene light for the control of the deck gun. The up, down, left, right. Left mouse button is going to be to deploy. If you let go, it's going to stop. If you want it to continuously go on somewhere, if you hold down the left mouse button and then press F again to get off, it will keep spraying the water whichever direction you have it facing until you get back on and click it again. And then we're going to have a ground monitor that you can grab out of here. Just like the other tools, you're going to grab it with the G key, and you're going to press the X button. It's going to come up with a little green layout here where it's going to go. Hit X again and it's going to go to the ground. And we want a hose connection, which I do believe we need a relay line for, so we will disconnect that. Let's run over here, get that out of the way, bring this relay line over here and hook that up there, and then we're going to bring this end of this one here and hook it up over there. And then we will press P to turn on our pump again. That will charge the ground monitor here. And once you go up to it, you can just hit the left mouse button again and you're going to start flowing water. It's the arrow keys again for moving this around. And you should be able to just walk away. Yep, there we go. And that is it for the ground monitor. So we'll go ahead and walk over here, turn that off again. And let's turn this pump off. And pretty much for all this stuff, it's going to be just the opposite of what you did. Come back over here, you can press the E key to disconnect this relay line. Press the G key to pick the ground monitor back up. And put it back where it goes. And once it's all said and done, and the fire's out, and you want to start cleaning everything up, you can go back to the back here, and you'll see the key that says F, and you'll return all of the relay and attack lines. The only thing that you have to put back yourself is going to be the hydrant, the supply lines. So you'll have to grab your hydrant wrench again to actually turn the hydrant off first. And we'll hit the E key to bring this back over here. And press T to put it back where it goes. Put our wrench away. And close up our doors. Maybe, there we go. And that is pretty much it for everything that you can do on the engines currently. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will try and answer it to the best of my knowledge. Our next video will be on ladder company operations, and we might eventually do one on the rescue and squad since they're kind of unique units. But yeah, the next one, ladder company operations, will show off the 3 different types of ladders that we have, and we will see.